True, but I'm not able to share the screen. Now. Okay. Thank you. I can pause and start the recording. That is possible.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can.
So I'll pause the recording now and start. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकासस्वामिनाथाय नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनाथाय नमस्ते सारस्वतदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं मंगलं न्यायति कृपादं मम देशे गुरुदेवदानं परमानन्दं श्री चैतन्येश्वर गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय नमो नमः Alicaya Srivadaya Lakshmi Srivashadya Srivadaya Srivadaya Yesterday Parabhakti Yatha Deve Tatra Gurutasti Tikadaya Yatha Prakashante Mahatmana Yom Tatra Vishwana Macha Maham Prasattam Sanjeevi Yatya Pura Shakti Dharasudhana Nyam Chastu Charana Shravanatthuradi Pranam Bhavate Krishnaya Tubhyam Jigud Bhagavanya Krishna Chitto Vishnu Purita Vipriya Nanda Samsara Pujari Vikasa Hare Krishna, welcome devotees for the online session, the online reading session. We are reading from the book, The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada by His Holiness Pope Krishna. We are reading from the book, The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada by His Holiness Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj. So we are in page number 174. We are in the 5th chapter. Lord Chaitanya's mission, Srila Prabhupada's role. In that, we are in the section of representative of Sampradaya, in page number 174 in the book. Okay. Paramatmananda Prabhu, can you please read?
Yes, Prabhu.
You have the book?
No, Prabhuji. Actually, I am not at home. I stay at Romania, some other place.
Where do you stay?
Rangia.
Oh, it's another place in Assam?
Yes, Prabhuji.
But you have the book in your home?
Yes, Prabhuji, I have the book.
Okay. You can continue to read. You can read from the screen, I suppose. Okay, you can start.
Representative of the Sampradaya. The community of Gauriya Vaishnavas stems from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago, but its origin go back to the beginning of the time. The spiritual family tree freshly blossomed with Bhakti Vinod Thakur in the 19th century. In his pioneering endeavors to communicate Krishna consciousness beyond the climes of India, Bhakti Vinoda's impetus was further developed by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, whose work was continued and expanded on an international scale by Srila Prabhupada. Thus, although Srila Prabhupada was unique and in some ways could be seen as self-made, he presented himself as, as must every guru by definition, as a representative of an established tradition. As he often explained, his validity was in presenting the Gauriya Vaishnava Sampradaya.
You represent In representing, not presenting.
Representing the Gauriya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Undoubtedly, Srila Prabhupada was a singularly empowered representative, but a representative nevertheless, not to be understood independently of the preceding Acharyas. Reference number 689. See following and directed by the previous Acharyas. His position as a spiritual master is like that of a cloud which takes water from the ocean and releases it to extinguish the forest fire of material existence. Reference number 690. C. Vishwanath Chakravarti, Gurvashtaka, verse 1, in Songs of the Vaishnav Acharyas. He is not the ocean. In his article, quote, serving the words of his predecessors, unquote, Gopi Prana Dhana Das explained the principle of adherence to parampara with specific reference to Srila Prabhupada. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was the founder and organizer of a large worldwide religious movement that he developed it in just 12 years, all after his 69th birthday, shows that he was not only practical, innovative, and determined, but also spiritually empowered. Although these are valid reasons to think highly of Srila Prabhupada, he always de emphasized his own abilities, preferring to be judged on the more objective grounds of his bona fide allegiance to the teaching of the Vaishnava tradition he represented. He did not credit his preaching success to any special abilities of his own, as he once said, reference number 691, lecture 25 November 1968. Quote, I don't claim that I am a pure devotee or perfect, but my only qualification is that I am trying to follow the instruction of the perfect, unquote. In any case, spiritual realization is essentially a private matter, not open to objective evaluation. There are too many false saints who allow their disciples to fanatically advertise them as much greater than they really are. In the opinion of Orthodox Vaishnavas, the saintliness of a person can be known only by someone just as saintly. To publicly establish spiritual authority than a teacher rather than making an open spectacle of his intimate ecstasies should simply speak philosophically on the basis of what previous authorities have said in scripture and on reputable commentaries of scripture. Srila Prabhupada wanted his own authority to be accepted according to how faithfully he lived up to that standard. Reference number 692, Gopi Pranadhana Das, quote, serving
It is Gopi Parana Dhana.
Gopi Paranadhana Das, Dasa, quote, serving the words of his predecessors, unquote, BTG 36.4 2002. Srila Prabhupada notably declared in opening his commentary on the monumental Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, quote, the subject matter of this book is not a mental concoction but a factual spiritual experience that one can realize only by accepting the line of his disciplic succession described above. Reference number 693, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, first chapter, prologue.
Yes.
Similarly, in his introduction to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada expressed his indebtedness to the previous acharyas. While attempting to write this book, Krishna, let me first offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, Om Vishnupad 108 Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta.
Hare Krishna. When you read 108, you should read Om Vishnupad Ashtotra Shata. You should read not 108, you should read as Ashtotra
Okay.
Shata. Yeah, like
Okay.
that.
ओम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रीला प्रभुपाद. Then let me offer my respectful obeisances to the ocean of mercy, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, appearing in the role of a devotee just to distribute the highest principles of devotional service. Lord Chaitanya began his preaching from the country known as Gauradesha, West Bengal. And as I belong to the Madhva Gauriya Sampradaya, I must therefore offer my respectful obeisances to the disciplic succession of that name. This Madhva Gauriya Sampradaya is also known as the Brahma.
Excuse me, Prabhuji. This is not Madhava, it is called as Madhva. This
Madhva.
is Madhva. It's not Madhva. There is no line. There is no Akara over here. So you should read
Yes.
this Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya.
This Madhva Gauriya Sampradaya is also known as the Brahma Sampradaya because the disciplic succession
Oh, one second.
because disciplic succession originally began from Brahma. Brahma instructed the sage Narada. Narada instructed Vyasadeva and Vyasadeva instructed Madhva Muni or
Madhva Muni.
Madhvacharya.
Madhva Muni, not
Madhva
Madhva.
Muni.
Madhva Muni.
Madhva, Madhva Muni or Madhvacharya.
Yes.
Sri Madhavendra Puri, the originator of the Madhva Gauriya Sampradaya was. Probably, can you increase the font size a
Font
little bit?
size? You want me to increase? Yeah, maybe that is the problem. I didn't, sorry, I didn't recognize that. Some people have small phones, so they may not be able to see it. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Where?
Bala achhe to. Hare
From
Prabhu.
where can I read?
Yeah, Prabhu. Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya here.
Madhva Gauriya
No,
Sampradaya
you have to
was
read like this. Here, Sri Madhavendra Puri. Yeah.
Sri Madhavendra Puri, the
Originator.
originator of the Madhva Gauriya Sampradaya was a sannyasi, renunciant, who belonged to the Madhvacharya disciplic succession. He had many renowned disciples such as Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, and Ishwarapuri. Ishwarapuri happened to be the spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So let us offer our respectful obeisances to Ishwarapuri, Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Srivas Pandit, and Sri Gadadhar Pandit. Next, let us offer our respectful obeisances to Swarup Damodar, who acted as the private secretary to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And let us offer our respectful obeisances to Sri Vasudeva Datta and the constant attendant of Lord Chaitanya, Sri Govinda, and the constant friend of Lord Chaitanya, Mukunda, and also to Murari Gupta. And let us offer our respectful obeisances to the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Dasa Goswami. Srila Prabhupada identified himself as a spiritual descendant of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, come to help complete his task. He humbly said, quote, I tried my little bit to fulfill the desire of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, unquote. Reference number 694. Lecture 27 September 1974. When asked what Bhakti Vinod Thakur meant when he stated that he was leaving this planet with his work unfinished, Srila Prabhupada replied, then let us finish. We are descendant of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He kept unfinished so that we shall get the chance to finish it. That is his mercy. He could have finished immediately. He is Vaishnava. He is all powerful, but he gave us the chance. It is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's mercy. Reference number 695. Conversation 20th June 1975. By extension, such comments also apply to all other previous acharyas, whom Srila Prabhupada so ably represented as notably in his rendering of Srimad Bhagavatam, which he undertook by consulting 12 of the most respected Sanskrit commentaries of previous acharyas, among the more than 100 still known, and the Bengali commentary of his own Guru Maharaj, reference number 696. Sat Swarup Das Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, Lilamrit, chapter 10. This momentous hour of need. A key factor in Srila Prabhupada's accomplishments was his innovativeness, but even that was founded in the legacy that he carried from his predecessors. As the ever pers- pers-
Perspicacious, perspicacious.
perspicacious Dr. Hopkins discerned, the major factor in his success, I am convinced, was the legacy that Bhaktivedanta brought with him from Bengal. The century of effort by Kedarnath Datta, Bhakti Vinod, and Bhakti Siddhanta to relate the Vaishnava devotional path to the modern world. Not only did they provide the vision of a universal religion, but they had walked through many of the difficult practical questions. How Vaishnava teachings can be presented to the widest possible audience, how they can be explained to the Western mentality, how new devotees can be brought into the Chaitanya movement, and how the movement can be stabilized to ensure its continuity. Almost every apparent innovation that Bhakti Vedanta made can be traced back to this work of his predecessors. Reference number 697. David G. Bromley and Larry D. Shin, Krishna Consciousness in the West, page number 50. Tamala Krishna Goswami noted similarly. Prabhupada's stance vis-a-vis the tradition is remarkably similar to his gurus, institutionally, creatively flexible, theologically, dogmatically conservative. The gurus and disciples dis, dis,
Dissimilitude.
dissimilitude, meaning, Prabhuji, what is it?
Uh, I don't know. I have to check.
Okay.
I think
Disciple,
one second. I'll check.
okay, Prabhuji.
If somebody calls, I can put it. Yeah, you can read, bro. I'll check through the tune. Actually, it has.
Disciple.
One
Huh?
second. Yeah, it is there here. Actually, it should be there, but it is not coming. It is coming. Conceal or disguise.
Mm.
It's another one. I don't know. One's thoughts, feelings, or character. Yes, it's right word. It's one's thought, feeling, or character. Actually, it is that word.
Mm.
One second. One second. Oh, yes. Yes.
Mm. This similitude is largely due to
No,
dis-
that gurus and disciples dissimilitude.
dissimilitude is largely due to differences in time, place, and circumstance, factors crucial to an understanding of Prabhupada's contribution. Reference number 698. Tamala Krishna Goswami, A Living Theology of Krishna Bhakti, page number 113.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much. I'll request some other devotees to read. Okay. Chandrakha Mataji, you can read.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranamam.
Yes.
Shaktya Avatara for delivering the West. In the Bhagavad Gita 4.7 and 8, Lord Sri Krishna states that he accepts the responsibility of protecting religious principles.
Oh, you're reading from this one?
From the book, yeah, I can read, but the
No,
reference.
that's okay. You can read from the book. That's fine. I'm just because I want to increase the size of the alignment. Okay, you can
No
read
need.
now.
This is perfect for me, Prabhuji. This font is perfect.
Hey.
Fine. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Uh, shall I start?
Yeah.
Ability of protecting religious principles and discharges that responsibility by descending into the world in the form of various avatars. As stated by Lord Chaitanya, one type of avatara is Shaktya avatara, a jiva directly empowered by the Supreme Lord for discharging a particular function. Reference 699. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.367 to 69. 373 texts. In his incarnation as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Sri Krishna descended to deliver all the living beings in the three worlds from Brahmaloka down to Patala Loka. He caused their deliverance in three ways. The Lord delivered the fallen souls in some places by meeting them directly, in other places by empowering a pure devotee, and in some places in still other places by appearing before someone himself. Reference 700. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela 2.3 and 4 texts. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's resolution was Loka Nishtaribha. I shall deliver the fallen souls. 701 reference. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela 2.5 and 6 texts. By his direct association, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the three worlds, but many conditioned souls were unable to directly come into his presence to deliver people in regions throughout the universe who could not meet him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally entered the bodies of pure devotees. Thus, he empowered living beings, his pure devotees, by manifesting in them so much of his own devotion that people in all other countries became devotees by seeing them. Reference 702. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela 2.12 and 214 texts. In such cases, what he wants to do himself by his transcendental plans, he executes through his confidential devotees. Reference 703. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.3.10 purport. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura says that advanced devotees help the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his mission, and that such devotees or personal associates incarnate by the will of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord incarnates by his own will, and by his will, competent devotees also incarnate to help him in his mission. Haridas
Mataji,
Thakur.
Mataji, sorry to interrupt. Can you please read a little bit slowly? And there is some disturbance going on in your
Yeah, is it? And then, but there is nobody, nothing inside in nearby. I don't know what disturbance. Even it is.
maybe
I'm
it is the
having a
fan. I think it is the fan. I think it's the fan.
fan. No, Prabhuji. I have
Oh,
switched. No fan. It's very cold here
Hare
today.
Krishna Prabhuji. There is another devotee's mic is unmute.
oh, who is that? Oh, no. Yes.
Now,
Now, Mataji, thank you.
okay, Prabhuji. Hare
I
Krishna.
think it's
Haridasa Thakura is thus the incarnation of Lord Brahma, and other devotees are likewise incarnations who help in the prosecution of the Lord's mission. Reference 704. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela 11.25 purport. Clearly, Srila Prabhupada was one of those unalloyed devotees of the Lord who appear on the earth just to execute the mission of the Lord. 705 reference. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.12.16 purport. Just as a condemned person can be relieved by a special favor of the chief executive head, the president or king, so the condemned people of this Kali Yuga can be delivered only by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself or a person especially empowered for this purpose. 706 reference Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 13.69 purport. In the following purport, Srila Prabhupada describes the attributes of an empowered devotee. If one saw the personal characteristics and activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one would certainly be convinced that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One can ascertain this by following in the footsteps of the Shastric injunctions. This sincere study and appreciation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also applicable to his authorized devotees, and it is clearly stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 7.11. कलिकालेर धर्मा कृष्ण नाम संकीर्तना कृष्ण शक्ति विना नाहे तार प्रवर्तना. In this age of Kali, real religious propaganda should induce people to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This is possible for someone who is especially empowered by Krishna. No one can do this without being especially favored by Krishna. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura comments in this regard in his Anubhashya, wherein he quotes a verse from the Narayana Samhita. द्वापरेर्जनेर्विष्णो पञ्चरात्रैस्तु केवलै कलौ तु नाममात्रेण पूज्यते भगवान् हरिः. In Dwapara Yuga, devotees of Lord Vishnu and Krishna rendered devotional service according to the principles of Pancharatra. In this age of
Pancharatra. It's not Pancharatra, it's Pancharatra.
Pancharatra, correct. Thank you, Prabhuji. In this age of Kali, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped simply by the chanting of his holy names. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura then comments, without being empowered by the direct potency of Lord Krishna to fulfill his desire and without being specifically favored by the Lord, no human being can become the spiritual master of the whole world. He certainly cannot succeed by mental concoction, which is not meant for devotees or religious people. Only an empowered personality can distribute the holy name of the Lord and enjoin all fallen souls to worship Krishna. By distributing the holy name of the Lord, he cleanses the hearts of the most fallen people. Therefore, he extinguishes the blazing fire of the material world. Not only that, he broadcasts the shining brightness of Krishna's effulgence throughout the world. Such an acharya or spiritual master should be considered non different from Krishna. That is, he should be considered the incarnation of Lord Krishna's potency. Such a personality is Krishna Lingita Vigraha. That is, he is always embraced by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Such a person is above the considerations of the Varnashrama institution. He is the Guru or spiritual master for the entire world. A devotee on the topmost platform, the Mahabhagavata stage, and a Paramahamsa Thakura, a spiritual form only fit to be addressed as Paramahamsa or Thakura. Reference 707. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.9 purport.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Now, Mahesh ji, Mahesh ji, Hare Krishna, Mahesh is.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Your name is Mahesh or you have initiated name?
Bhakti Siddhanta Das.
Oh, Prabhuji, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Edited here, so that's why.
So please, you're joining from Dubai?
No, I'm currently in Surat, Prabhu.
You're currently in Surat? Oh.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. You can continue. You have the book with you?
Yes, Prabhu. I'll read from the screen. I got 2 copies. Somehow every time goes away. Somebody or the other comes and it gets going.
Yes,
so
Prabhu. Please continue to read, Prabhu.
Ji, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for this arrangement. Because of forgetfulness, sorry, Krishna.
You want me to do something, Prabhu?
1 second. No, I just touched something and unfortunately something has popped up. Sorry for this. Because forgetfulness of Krishna is the underlying principle of this material world, it is rare to be able to bring even one pious follower of Vedic principles to the platform of pure devotional service to Krishna. What to speak of impious people? It is extremely difficult to convert a mlecha or meat eater into a devotee of Lord Krishna. Therefore, anyone who can do so is situated on the highest level of Vaishnavism. Reference 708 Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antilila 7 chapter 19 shloka purport. Indeed, Srila Prabhupada was so empowered by Krishna that he delivered thousands of the most unlikely candidates from among the degraded population of the Western countries. Being on the wrong side of the cultural divide between India and the West, they had no knowledge of or inclination toward Krishna and were so addicted to sinful activities that it was considered impossible to uplift them. Reference 709 Impossible. See quotes regarding Lord Zetland and P.Y. What is that?
It's in that it is called page number Y. There is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There is a page called Y in that. I think that's why it is like that.
Okay.
In that, there is in quotes, it is given. It is page number Y. Actually, it is that.
Okay. Astonishing. People are often astonished to see many thousands of Westerners converted to Vaishnavism. Generally, Westerners are addicted to meat eating, drinking, gambling, and illicit sex. Therefore, their taking up Krishna consciousness is astonishing. In India, especially, there is much astonishment at this. Reference 710. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 16th chapter, 175th shloka, purport. Only a really expert master can make a great work with bad tools, and only the supermost expert master can make good tools from bad ones. Reference 711, Budapest Vyasa Puja offering 2006. The spiritual candidates whom Srila Prabhupada accepted were at a far lower cultural level than any previously admitted into the Bhakti school. Srila Prabhupada administered Krishna consciousness in a manner that people with no previous qualification or interest not only seriously accepted it, but furthermore dedicated themselves to spread it to others. Sat Swarup Das Goswami noted, just see what he did. He created many Vaishnavas out of the uncultured youth of the Western countries. He did not collect as many as Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who sold a mantra for $35 and did not demand that his followers follow any rules, but he created committed disciples who were enthusiastic and opened centers around the world. Sometimes a husband and a wife would go to a city and rent a house or a storefront and begin preaching there. Brahmacharis would do the same. They practiced going into the streets and chanting Harinam and gradually learned how to sell magazines and books to support the temple. To convince these people, many of whom were hippies, to give up illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling was a great miraculous achievement. And he did this by his personal example and forceful persuasion, by logic, argument, and charisma. Reference 712. Sat Swarup Das Goswami, The Story of My Life, page 339.
Prabhu, just one small request. You can read little bit slowly because there are devotees, they can't catch up. I think.
Okay, sure, Prabhu.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yes.
Some of Srila Prabhupada's contemporaries in India were scandalized by the measures he took. Reference 713. See paragraph beginning to spread Krishna consciousness. But in retrospect, it can be understood that Krishna was directly empowering Srila Prabhupada with the intelligence and courage to make adjustments that for others would have been unthinkable in order to effect a miracle that otherwise would have been unthinkable. In an interview for Back to Godhead magazine, Tamal Krishna Goswami discussed how Srila Prabhupada, as a pure devotee of Krishna, was empowered by Krishna and could empower others. Back to Godhead, people generally want to know just what accounts for the greatness of a great personality. Even to the common man, Srila Prabhupada appeared great, the founder of a successful worldwide movement, author of dozens of books. What traits did you see in him that contributed most to his greatness? Tamal Krishna. Above all, there was one, and this was the real reason, the actual cause of Srila Prabhupada's greatness. He was a completely surrendered servant of God. The Supreme Lord is the creator and maintainer of the entire creation, and he is the controller of all activities as well. If someone is completely surrendered unto the supreme controller, Krishna, then Krishna empowers that person to perfectly carry out the mission of the Supreme Lord within the world. So, because Srila Prabhupada chose to carry out Lord Krishna's mission, and because he completely submitted himself to Krishna's desires and control, he was fully successful. He was a great personality simply because he was a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Krishna could act perfectly through him, so there was nothing impossible for Srila Prabhupada. God can do anything, and by God's grace, his pure devotees become empowered. So this was actually Srila Prabhupada's greatness. Reference 714. Tamal Krishna Goswami quoted in Remembering Srila Prabhupada. Back to Godhead.
The
Number.
hashtag is like Back to Godhead, article number 13.12 in the year 1978. This is that.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Right.
When asked by a reporter, do you see yourself as the savior of American youth? Srila Prabhupada unabashedly replied, yes, certainly. It is saved already. Why? It is not future, it is present, practical. Reference 715. Conversation 3rd July 1972. Unarguably, it was in Srila Prabhupada that Krishna reposed his Bhakti Shakti for delivering Westerners. Most of Srila Prabhupada's fellow Indians would have been either too intimidated or enamored by the opulence of the West. The more pious of them would have been repelled by its crass materialism and appalling lack of culture. Srila Prabhupada himself once commented on how Krishna had chosen him for this task. Krishna wanted to preach Krishna consciousness in the Western countries, so he gave me the chance to take the credit. It is Krishna's arrangement. He liked that one of his devotees may take the credit. It was the arrangement of Krishna that the Western countries should now have Krishna consciousness. He wanted to give the credit to his poor servant. Krishna likes that. He does everything, but he gives credit to his poor servant. Chuckling. Reference 716. Conversation 9th April 1976. As Krishna's pure, unmotivated representative, Srila Prabhupada was endowed with extraordinary qualities to inspire, sustain, embody, and articulate the movement's message and vision for would-be joiners and followers. Reference 717. Charles Selingut, Charisma and Religious Innovation. ICJ article.
ICJ means ISKCON Communications Journal.
Journal.
Article number 4.2, December 1996.
Thank you, Prabhu. He had the ability to work among those who had little or seemingly had little potential to understand what he might be preaching. But even with such an impossible audience, he crafted a connection, a language and tune which they could comprehend, which could and did bring change to their lives. Reference 718. Hindal Saint Gupta. Sing, Dance and Pray, page 127. He had to place his devotion to Krishna in a new cultural context and find words and examples that would speak directly to pupils in this alien land. Reference 719. Indol Sen Gupta, Sing, Dance and Pray, page 99. Being uniquely empowered to rationally present the Shastric message to persons not predisposed to have faith in it, Srila Prabhupada spoke with realized conviction in the inerrancy of Shastra and of its relevance to every human being, whether designated as Hindu or non-Hindu. He presented Krishna consciousness in a practical and straightforward manner just suitable for the modern world. Without compromising the teachings of Krishna consciousness even slightly, he preserved and presented its esoteric truths in a lucid manner suitable for both the layman and the scholar, thus giving the most unqualified people the possibility to attain the highest possible level of spiritual experience in the service of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Only the most unfortunate among the non-devotees, Kanishta Adhikaris and Prakrita Sahajyas fail to appreciate this. In summary, Srila Prabhupada was the exemplar of a principle that he himself described. If one is empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to do something, the core of his heart becomes a dharma, and thus he becomes so extraordinarily powerful that not only his enemies, but also people in general are astonished to observe his activities. Reference 720-720. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 2nd chapter, 17th shloka purport. See also the statement of Sripad B.R. Sridhar Swami, Sridhar Maharaj. And thus, Swami A.C. Bhaktivedanta succeeded in convincing the world's toughest audience, bohemians, acid heads, potheads, and hippies, that he knew the way to God. Reference 722. Irving Shunnick, Peter Legg, Shashnik, Shashnik, Peter Leggery, Save Earth Now, The East Village, other article 1.22, 15th October to 1st November 1966, reprinted in Back to Godhead article 448.4, 2014. Article number, okay. Reference 723. See also the section beginning, Krishna sends pure devotees to this world to exhibit the qualities of pure devotees. Page Y. A heart cell.
Yes, Prabhu. So you can stop, Prabhu. I can
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us and reading. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay. Let's see. Jinna Mataji, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Tanit Pranam.
Channel Pranam. Please read, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. A heart cell. Like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's preaching in Kasi, 724 reference, Chaitanya Charitamrit, Madhya Leela, 17.145. 17 chapter, Shloka 147. Bringing Krishna consciousness to the West was a hard sell. 725 preference. Herein, hard sell is used in the sense of something that is difficult to persuade people to do or accept. Much of what Srila Prabhupada taught was at odds with and often in direct opposition to everything considered right and proper in the West. From telling Americans, you are not Americans, up to revealing God as a lustful rustic who delights in the gory slaying of demons. Much of his message was so revolutionary as to be previously unthinkable to Westerners. In cultural terms, what Srila Prabhupada came to give was distinctively Indian. At that time, India was widely disparaged in the West as being dirty, poverty stricken, caste ridden, and superstitious, summarily ignorant, and backward. Even within India, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult had little appeal outside Bengal, and even most Bengalis were not interested. And the majority of those who identified themselves as Vaishnavas ate fish, were adherents or influenced by various Appa Sampradayas, 726 deviant group. See Chaitanya Charitamrit, uh,
Adi
1.
Leela.
Adi Leela, 7th chapter, 48 purport. And dislike the dietary and other restrictions that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati required of his followers. Srila Prabhupada himself had not been able to make any significant impact in preaching in India. How then could he have been expected to do anything in the West? 727 reference. Apart from the first three paragraphs, this section is by Swarupa Das, a hard sell Sampraday's son. Okay. At a time when the Vietnam War was raging and the peace movement was
Raging.
growing.
It is raging. At the time, when the Vietnam War was raging.
Okay, Prabhuji. Vietnam War was raging and the peace movement was growing. Srila Prabhupada arrived in America and presented Bhagavad Gita as it is a scripture in which Krishna upbraids.
Upbraids.
Okay. Krishna upbraids Arjuna for being a pacifist and tells him to go into the battlefield and kill.
To get into the get onto the battlefield.
To get onto the battlefield and kill. At the height of the civil rights movement and at a time when feminism was on the rise, Srila Prabhupada came to teach that spiritually we are all equal. But on the bodily platform, it just isn't so. When an entire generation was turning into bohemian hedonists with slogans like, if it feels good, do it, and turn on, tune in, drop out. And the battle cry was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Srila Prabhupada introduced Bhakti Yoga, a discipline that required followers to give up sex intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. When growing long hair was so in that the musical hair became a nationwide sensation, Srila Prabhupada instructed his male disciple to shave their heads.
Wow.
When other swamis, yogis, and gurus were coming from India to the West preaching peace and love, and we are all one, Srila Prabhupada called them cheaters, rascals, and crows. When the book I Am Okay, You Are Okay came out, Srila Prabhupada remarked, You are not okay, I am okay. 728 reference, lecture 22nd June 1975.
Does anybody know whose is that book? I'm okay, you're not, you're okay. Does anybody know whose is that book? No. I think I heard that conversation. It is Srila Krishnamurti's book. I don't know whether anybody heard about JK. He's called as famous as JK. He's from Andhra. He's settled in the United States. Okay, Mataji, just go.
To say the least, Srila Prabhupada's message was a hard sell, given the time, place, and circumstances. He was even warned that if he tried to impose such rules and regulations upon Westerners, nobody would listen. No one would take him seriously. He admitted that at first he was thinking that the Americans would say, Go home, old man. Srila Prabhupada saw Srila Prabhupada saw through all the superficiality, and more than anything else, he saw that he were dissatisfied. We were unhappy. We wanted change. He saw that all the experimenting with communes, drugs, and sex, and all the protesting and rebelling were due to our deep feelings of frustration and hopelessness. We told us that we were intelligent to want something better, happiness and peace, but we didn't know how to achieve it. We came to give a positive alternative.
He Mataji, we not, he came to.
He came to give a positive alternative. Srila Prabhupada never compromised. He was innovative and creative and made some adjustments to accommodate and achieve success in the matter of teaching Krishna consciousness. But he never compromised. He didn't have to. His genuine purity, compassion, and love was the force behind the message. That message attracted all of us like iron filings to a magnet.
Iron filings, Mataji, iron filings. This is what English is.
Like iron.
Iron filings.
Okay, like iron filings to a magnet.
Yes.
Magnet. We gladly let him turn us hippies into happies with, as he would describe, shining faces. Yes, Srila Prabhupada's message was a hard sell, and he came alone, almost 70 years of age, to deliver it in a strange and hostile environment. Against all odds, he captured the hearts and minds of thousands and began a spiritual revolution that years later continues to flourish in cities, towns, and villages throughout the world.
Okay,
Nobody
Mataji.
else.
Okay, okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
It's already 8:15, so maybe we should stop here if we continue. Then. Yeah. If anybody has anything to ask or say, you're free to speak. Otherwise, the session ends here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, what do you mean by iron filing? Iron
Who is
filing.
that?
I'm Krishna Kinkari Dasi Prabhuji.
Iron filings means the iron pieces which are attracted to magnet. That's the thing. Here Prabhupada is saying that, where is that? Yeah. That message attracted all of us like iron filings to a magnet. Iron filings means iron. Iron filings are iron pieces. Pieces of small pieces of iron. They're called as iron filings. Yeah. Just
So
like the
in
magnet, after iron filings get attracted to the magnet. So
oh,
we
okay.
got attracted to the message which here, that's what Maharaj is saying. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. It is attached to the context. Okay, so Prabhuji, thank you. I
Yeah,
understood.
according to the context, it's the analogy given. It's here already. His genuine purity, compassion, and love was the force behind the message. So that message attracted all of us like iron filings to a magnet.
Right, right.
Just like the iron gets attracted to the magnet, so like that the Prabhupada's message, we got attracted to the message.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I got it, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhu. Bhakti Siddhanta Das here.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, this book which you were asking, no, I am okay, you are okay. It seems it was published in 1967 by Thomas A. Harris.
Oh, not by JK. Huh? I think JK means you don't need a guru. That JK printed. Okay, you don't need a guru. That is the book in our conversation, Prabhupada is saying. Who is that book? I am okay, you're okay?
It says psychiatrist Thomas A. Harris, published in 1967, and
Yeah,
was
okay.
which introduced transcendental analysis.
Okay. I think that the book which I thought is JK, his book is You Don't Need a Guru. That also
Oh,
Prabhupada mentions in one of the conversations saying you don't need a guru, but why did you write a book like that? So I
oh,
got jumbled up with that.
thank you,
I
Prabhu.
think
Thank
you
you
can
so
search
much.
for that book also. You don't need a guru by
You
JK.
don't need a guru. एक second, ना Prabhu, I'll check.
Yeah. आप सर्च कीजिए वो मिल जाएगा मेरे ख्याल से you don't
You,
need a guru or you don't need a guru or yeah something like that J to Krishnamurti I think
you don't need a guru. जी प्रभु एक सेकंड you don't need a guru.
you have to type J Krishnamurti.
J Krishnamurti. J Krishnamurti. You don't need any guru or leader. Krishnamurti.
Yes, you don't need a guru.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Yes, it says. Which is the best book of J Krishnamurti? Okay, there are lots here coming. Okay. Ji Prabhu.
but at least that book is there. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
not
yes.
wrong.
Yes, Prabhu. Correct.
Yeah. I remember hearing from Prabhupada speaking about a book written by some so-called swamis and gurus at that time in the United States when in one conversation. So I'm okay. So that I thought it is okay. Okay, thank you very much. Nice. Thank you very much.
I just thought I'll share. Thank you
Yes,
so much, Prabhu,
thank you very much.
for this wonderful arrangement.
I'm not doing anything, bro. Just I'm doing something.
Whose idea is this, Prabhu, to read? Is it your idea?
Yeah, it was my idea. I proposed to Guru Maharaj because we did previously in United States when I was serving Guru Maharaj in Atlanta. I told Maharaj that Maharaj didn't know about this. I told Maharaj that Maharaj, we read your books online, Ramayana, all other books. So I thought that this book, if we read, at least devotees will join and then get purified, reading the whole book, and this is very good opportunity to read because such a big book, people it's difficult to read, and many grastas and devotees who are working out, they may not be able to read the whole book. So I thought I proposed to Maharaj. Then Maharaj said, "Okay, you can go ahead."
Very nice, Prabhu. It's very true. In fact, Prabhu, just when you started this, just a week or 2 weeks before that, I was again having the same difficulty of reading. So I asked some friends and family to let's read. So we started something simultaneously, and that's also going very well. So
Very, very
thank you
good.
so much, Prabhu. It
Yeah, yeah.
encourages, to join. I've got the book twice, and somehow by Krishna's arrangement, both the times, somebody has asked for it and it has gone.
You are now in Surat. You are now you're settled in Surat, or you are there in Surat.
Ji, Prabhu. I've been in Surat since past 5 years.
5
Dubai.
years. Oh, you
Yes.
left Dubai, huh?
Dubai, I travel twice, thrice a year, and I work online. So I saw
Right.
you last time in Tirupati, I think. You were at the book
No,
table.
I didn't recognize you because I don't remember seeing your face.
Mm.
Because we have two Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhus, Bhaktis yourself and your grace, and there is one Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhu with his grace, Keshanand Prabhu.
Okay.
He's on his Loknath Maharaj disciple, but he's with Keshanand Prabhu since long time.
Ji.
Yeah.
In
Yes,
fact, I
Prabhu.
think when you came to Varacha, Prabhu, few years ago when Guru Maharaj had come to Surat, and I had just come from Dubai, and I had left most of my books back in Dubai. So I had bought a full set of Guru Maharaj books from you, I think, at the Varacha temple.
Okay, Maharaj came to the Karachi temple. Okay, that
Yes.
long temple hall where
Ji.
where it was difficult to arrange for the Vyasa son, and we were doing so much of commotion and all those things.
Ji, Prabhu.
So I still remember going to that temple. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you for joining. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, anybody wants to say something? Okay. So we will join tomorrow with new section. Nobody else in the same chapter. Until then, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. And Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And Swami Bhakti Swami Maharaj ki jai. The moon
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada book ki jai.
Jai.
And
Hare
very sorry for other devotees because there are many devotees joining. So many devotees like Rupan Prabhu, Aditya, and everybody. I'm not able to give them chance. Some days you may not get chance to read. I also not reading, but so I'm trying everybody so that they can read. Actually, this reading, if you read yourself, it is different than when you read, read out on the screen or somebody to others. It is different. So that's why sometimes we do many mistakes. I'm very sorry for that. And thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranamam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
When we read like this only, we are very attentive, Prabhuji. When we read alone, we are not that attentive. I know for me,